Hi everyone, welcome back. Last time we took a look at the Ryzen 3 3200G and did some gaming on it with just the integrated graphics. But what if you wanted to add a GPU later down the line on a budget? What I have here is a Radeon RX6400, specifically the MSI Aero ITX version. It has 4GB GDDR6 of video memory, and everything runs at stock speeds, so a base clock of 1923MHz boosting up to 2321MHz. Also, it doesn't require any additional power connectors. The reason I chose this GPU is simply because the CPU will be the bottleneck, so I anticipate the RX6400 will do the job just fine. So we're going to start with Fallout 4, we're going to run this at 1080p with the lower preset. I mean, the game's like, what, 8 years old now, so it should be more than capable of running it, but we'll have to see. Alright, this is looking quite promising. As you can see, I've given my MSI Afterburner overlay a little refresh. So far so good. I mean, CPU usage is like 60-75%, GPU's around the same utilization. We're averaging about 114 frames per second, which is fine. I've personally never noticed any physics bugs in Fallout 4, anything above 60 FPS, but maybe it's because they're out of mods. Oh, hang on, we've just seen some drop in there as we move into the this area. Yeah, we had a bit of a drop there. The CPU's bottlenecking already. Great. But what's going to happen when we take on these ghouls? Pew pew pew. Get out. Anymore. Oh. Okay. Nope. Okay, it's fine. Sort of. We're still. CPU utilization is high, but no, it's fine. Running. It's still averaging about 60-70 frames per second, which is ideal. Oh no. Got them all. Did we get them? I mean, this is playable. You will notice the oh god, I've run out of ammo. I've run out of ammo. Can't skip the last one. Oh, we're done. We're done. No, got another one. No, it's fine. Right, we're done. So, 0.1% low, 9 FPS. Yeah, that was a bit of a. We did it. Yeah, the CPU's definitely bottlenecking here, which doesn't bode well for the other games I'm about to test. GTA 5 now, what I've done is I just selected restore defaults and it's set everything to like what is essentially high settings. Run it in DirectX 11 mode and with 1080p. So let's see, well, essentially see how bad the bottleneck's going to be in this. Alright, here we go. So we're still getting that CPU bottleneck. Sorry. But it's actually running okay. We're getting about, well, obviously averaging just short of 60 FPS, and yeah, it's playable at least. That's the important part. It's obviously, you know, maybe having a more compatible CPU, shall we say, we'll probably get better results. But in general, this is absolutely fine. Hang on, I need to carjack someone. This. Looks like this BMW lookalike car. Let's go. Oh, we got a convertible again. Nice. Right, let's go. So, the frame time graphs, it's not looking too bad actually. There's no massive spikes in it. Let me get the odd one, well, medium spike, but in general, it's fine. I mean, the bottleneck's not causing any stuttering. So you can play GTA 5 absolutely fine on this on this CPU GPU combo. Oh no! Have I got someone in the car with me? Get out! But is there anywhere? We're going up the wrong way on the freeway. Oh no! How do I get to the other side? I need to get to the other side. Shoot! Oh well. We're playing Burnout now, are we? Do we get points? More points? Driving on the wrong side of the road. It's all cool. I mean, the temperatures are looking good as well. It's like, you know, 50, not even reaching the 60 degrees. But yeah, this is pretty smooth experience, all things considered. Witcher 3 now, we're going to start with the high preset. We're not going to have the FSR on for now. Let's just see how it handles that. Okay, so this ain't looking promising. We're only averaging 25 FPS. I mean, the GPU's being maxed out and there's no CPU bottleneck this time, so that's a good sign. Because ideally you want the GPU utilization to be higher than the CPU. But yeah, but this is still not great. Maybe if we change it to medium settings, let's see if that makes a difference. So we're running this at medium settings now. It's actually making no difference. The GPU is still being maxed out, still seeing the same kind of average. I mean, the percentile lows are slightly higher, but I mean, it's playable. 1% lows are okay in comparison to the average. So maybe if we run it at low settings, we'll probably have to enable SSR. It might make the difference. In fact, I think, you know what, we'll do high settings, FSR, and see how that improves things. Here we go, high settings, FSR set to balance, and this is running so much better now. We're getting percentile lows are okay. I mean, the frame time graphs, you know, quite. It's having a time there, shall we say? But in general, what we got, so we got the GPUs nearly maxed out, CPUs at 69%, nice for a moment there. But generally, this is actually this is what the kind of experience you want from this kind of system. You know, there's no bottlenecking. GPUs just above maximum utilization, and this is actually okay. I mean, if you maybe cap the frame rate 40 FPS, you probably have, you know, you'd have a decent time with The Witcher. Let's go back into town here and see if it drops any further there, because it's usually where you get the town areas is where you get the dips. But in general, no, this is actually okay. No, Witcher 3 runs absolutely fine on this system if you as long as you use FSR. Maybe run at medium settings, but high quality settings is absolutely fine. Yeah, you'll have a good time with this for sure. We're going to take it up a notch with Wreckfest. We're going to run this with high quality preset, 1080p of course. Let's see how we get on there. Okay, let's go. We got a double decker car because why the heck not? And this is not looking good. 13 FPS. Oof. Maybe I shouldn't have selected high. I would have thought, yeah, high would be fine, but clearly isn't. I mean, we're maxing out the GPU. The CPU's okay, which is fine. I mean, this is a pretty GPU-intensive game. Yeah, this is not going to work. Right, we're at low settings now, and it's actually not that much better. I mean, this is actually fine for a racing game, just short of 30 FPS. We're maxing out the GPU. Oh god, this is why double-decker cars are not a good idea. But hey, I guess it makes make it more entertaining, eh? But yeah, I mean, the GPU's maxed out, which is fine. Max out the VRAM as well. We're getting it's quite steady, 30 odd FPS when we've got no other cars around. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to play Wreckfest, you're going to play it on low settings. Maybe if you drop resolution, you might get somewhat better. But 30 FPS for this kind of game is absolutely fine. And I can't steam anymore. Control now, we're going to run this at 1080p with a render resolution of 1080p. And the lowest of the low settings there. Let's just see what happens there. All right. So this is looking promising actually. So we're averaging 58 frames per second. CPU utilization is actually fine. GPU's 96%, which is again is fine. The fans weren't up there. There's like 63 degrees. I don't blame it. But no, this is actually.
Directorial override is right there in the control room.
I know.
How do I get there?
You ask me this every time. But no, I mean, the frame time graph says otherwise, but this is actually okay, surprisingly. I did try this when I was testing this out. I mean, maybe by setting it to the lowest of the lower settings, it's actually... Oh no, I've run out of ammo. Ah, bummer. But yeah, I think that's fine. There's nothing more to say about that really. Control just works. Doom Eternal now 1080p. We're going to run this with the high settings because the game is very well optimized. So I do have a feeling that this is going to run pretty good. Right, here we go. We've got a new location and it's okay. I mean we haven't got a CPU bottleneck. Oh jeez. We've got a chainsaw, yes. I mean, we're averaging 47 FPS, which isn't great. We could probably do better if we like. Oh God! It's hard to. There's so much going on. It's hard to talk at the same time. Ooh. Oh come on. Jeez. Right. Yeah. So GPU's maxed out, but we're still getting a playable frame rate. I mean, we're getting 60 FPS, which is absolutely fine. But we could probably do better. I mean, mind you though, if you're gonna play games on this kind of system, you'd probably only be playing it on a 60Hz monitor, I would assume. But obviously, you know, if you do have to have a like 120Hz monitor, and have I run out of ammo? I'll probably run out of ammo. But I'm thinking maybe we should maybe crank it down a bit. I might set it to low settings just to see what kind of impacts that has. So we're at low settings now, and that has made a huge difference. We're running it, you know, now at like 140 FPS. And can I crouch? I can't crouch. How do I heal? I need to heal. I desperately need to heal. We'll just slice these guys up and just oh geez, what the hell? But yeah, that's really impressive. I mean, to be fair, I mean, Doom Eternal it looks so great, even at low settings. I mean, that's all you want for this kind of game. You want that kind of high FPS. Is it just you eat the grenade? Okay. Get this. Yeah, but hello. But yeah, Doom Eternal. If you run this at low settings, maybe me settings. I mean, I think low settings is absolutely fine. You get a great frame rate out of it, and no stuttering or anything. Runs absolutely brilliant. Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I don't have high hopes for this one, so I'm thinking we set it to low. I set the lead preset to low, but I'm setting texture quality to high just to try and hopefully prevent some kind of bottleneck. I don't know. We'll have a go. I've also turned on dynamic resolution scaling just to try and get the best experience out of it. I imagine it's not going to look great, but it's hopefully might get some kind of playable experience. Right, here we go. So it's tanking already. It's like percentile lows. We're still getting that bottleneck. It's just not happening. This, yeah, I don't think no matter what you try, without making it look like absolute crap, it's just not going to run. It's just, oh yeah, we did see the GPU utilization spike a bit. Yeah, it's nearly 100% there. I mean, we are running this at low crowd density as well, and yeah, this is not a playable experience at all. I reckon it won't be any better if we drop the resolution. But yeah, this is about as good as it's gonna get, I think. Even if you set the I need to go that way. Even if you set the FSR to like performance, it's just gonna be. I mean, we can see what happens if we try and get the best frame rates out of it. So let's just pull over and sort out our. Let's just see what we can get. Okay, one thing I realised is you can't use FSR along with dynamic resolution scaling, so of course we have to have that off, and then we set the FSR to performance mode, and I think it's probably not going to make that much of a difference. I mean, actually, no, it's not. It doesn't make that much of a difference. We've still got that bottleneck. It looks a bit grainy now. We're still getting that stuttering. I mean, the average frame rate's kind of increased a little bit. It's like 39 FPS, but yeah, maybe if we what if we cap the frame rate? I guess if we cap the frame rate, it might make a difference. But maximum FPS, set that to 30, and see what difference that makes. Do we get same kind of stuttering, or is it just, yeah, it's still, the percentile lows are still, I mean, it's slightly better at 10 FPS, but yeah, this is great. We're still, yeah, the bottleneck still prevails. You're not going to get much better out of this. So yeah, on this kind of system, Cyberpunk's just not going to cut it at all. Unless you're really happy to play it like this, but it's just, nah. Ooh, and that a great representation of how this is all going. Right, Forza Horizon 5 now. I recently signed up to Xbox Game Pass because obviously I wanted to play Starfield, but so I want to try and play some other more modern titles on available, and see where if they're any good for benchmarking. But obviously Forza Horizon 5 is an easy start. We're gonna run at 1080p low settings, and we'll see how we get on with that first. This game's very well optimized, so I reckon it'll be absolutely fine low settings, so we could just try and try other settings as well, see what we can get out of it. Right, here we go. Took a long time to load up, but here in our Supra. See, I originally played this game back when it was released, and I wasn't overly impressed with it. It didn't feel like it added anything new to Forza Horizon 4. It's, yeah, I mean, like, the other Forza Horizon games, they all had something different about them. But then 5 came along, it's just like, well, what's the difference? Did I just lose? But anyway, this is running absolutely fine. This is, well, I mean, we're in low settings. I feel like there's, like, it doesn't want to. Hang on a minute, did that house just come out of nowhere? There seems to be a rendering issue. Poor network conditions. Can we just... Yeah, this is probably the problem. It's like, I don't know, there seems to be an issue with my network connection today. Yes, I would. And as you can see, the frame rate actually increased. Which is... oh, hang on. It got a bit of drop there. I mean, we're still getting that bottleneck, but the GPU's getting the... getting maxed out, nearly maxed out as well. Maybe if we set it up to medium settings, we might get a better... I mean, yeah, there seem to be some rendering issues. It's like, it takes... it's like trying to catch up or something. Maybe we set it to mediums. Okay, here we go again. So we had a warning for low video memory, but we're getting less of a bottleneck running at high settings. I mean, it still runs like, it's not running great, but it's oh god, trying to drive with the keyboard, never good. Ooh. Anyway, let's just have a bit of a drive around, see what. I mean, this is fine. This is playable. I mean, you want like, 40 frames per second is fine for a driving game. It got the bit of a stutter in there. But if we activate SSR, now that's where we'll probably see the big difference. I mean, as we go out to the countryside, we get like 50 FPS, which is, again, it's fine. I mean, depending on what kind of, again, it all depends on what kind of monitor you're using. But Forza Horizon 5 runs pretty smoothly. I think what we'll do is we'll activate FSR and see what kind of difference that makes. Alright, finally, we got FSR on. It took ages for it to load, but for some reason, it's actually made performance worse, which is really odd. FSR is supposed to improve things, but in this case, it hasn't. Well, mind you, we'll set it to quality. So... yeah, that's probably what the issue is. It's obviously the practice quality. Maybe we should have set it to balanced. Oh dear, I kind of regret that now. Low video memory. Okay, fine. Oh god, I'm all over the place. Right. We're good. Right, should we set it to? Maybe we should set it to balanced. It might be the better option. Okay, now we're at balanced. But it's not really made that much of a difference. Now, my guess is because we're allocating a lot of the resources to the GPU, and because the GPU's on maxed out its VRAM, is probably why it's not making a difference. So yeah, we're basically just maxed the GPU out to its full potential. So, but either way, I mean, you'd probably be fine just playing with FSR off. Maybe play at the lowest settings. But Forza Horizon 5 will run fine if you just, keep your expectations low. So to conclude, if you're looking to build a budget gaming PC, the Ryzen 3 3200G is not a good pairing with the RX6400, which for me is quite a big surprise. I did a little research into what CPU would make a good pairing with the RX6400 using PCBuild.com's bottleneck calculator, and it seems the Ryzen 5 1600X, for example, is much more favourable and can be found for a similar price to the 3200G. Of course, you also have a great upgrade path with the AM4 platform. So that's all for this video. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.